How do you rate resilience? How does your business rate transformation and reinvention? And third, how do you rate the passion that you feel for the business that you face each and every day? What's your passion? And do you feel very confident about your passion? I'm Marlene Foster with Empower Division. We're going to talk about today. There are multiple ways that you can talk about how discomfort empowers you. But today we're going to talk about three. We're going to focus on resilience, transformation, and your passion, freedom. What if you think about your exercise plan that you have in place? I have one myself. Your exercise, we know, helps to benefit what? Mental health, physical as well, your heart rate. It helps you to actually generate kindness. Exercise helps us in so many different ways. I want to ask you right now, you were in an exercise plan, the resilience that you feel once you've gone and you've done those exercises, and you've gone through every one of them. You just start as if you're starting a plan, or if you're in a plan and you're starting to make changes to it. Okay, now you're in a plan, you're resilient, right? Okay, now transformation occurs. You're looking at what changes could I make, because you already have noticed there's certain exercises that you are getting more benefit from. There's more benefit in some than there are in others. Okay. But what if you're a part of a group and they're saying, no, 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 you need to do it this way, you shouldn't do it that way. And then you're looking at, but that's not working for me. So I'm asking you right now, when it comes to transformation and you're in exercise class, are you going to maybe stop and just put aside what it is that you're thinking about? Or are you going to consider, listen to what they're saying, and maybe even think about how you can transform what it is they're talking about and how it could benefit you? Look at it that way. How can you take a benefit that somebody else is talking about, a benefit that they're being very insistent about, and see how it could benefit you? And if not, then you will have to just let them know that there is a better way for you to exercise. And then last is what? Passion. What are you passionate about? In the exercise program, what really piques your passion? What makes you want to just get up every morning and exercise? Because I tell you, there are times when I fall out of my bed on the floor. And I think about, yep, I need to exercise. You got to get up and exercise, Marlene. But there are certain exercises that really encourage me, that really inspire and have me just up and on my feet. And then there's some that are not as beneficial for me than others can be. Now, I want you to stop right now at this particular moment in your business. Has there been a setback, which we all face setbacks and they occur just about every day? Think about right now a setback that you faced today, this week in the business. How resilient are you at this particular moment with that setback in place? I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Write that you are resilient, irregardless of a setback. You still find ways to maintain a resilience. So tell me, you maintain what, 60 to 80% of the time? Or maybe you say I do 100% of the time, but I'd love to hear from you. Let me know about you with setbacks that occur and resilience. What type of mindset do you have? Are you adaptable? Or someone who has to maybe go and just really, just sit and focus and just, and then nothing's wrong with that. Take time and think about it and then decide what to do, which is great. That's a great plan. And second, the transformation. You face a setback. I'm talking about right now. Think about what you're facing right now in your business. Is there a new situation? Is there a new, not problem, but because there is problem solving in our businesses, but think about a strategy that you've been working on because you faced a setback. Think about the changes that you're making in the particular strategy. Are you thinking about the transformation will be will won't be accepted by others, or are you thinking about the transformation will be beneficial to to the benefit of everyone in the company, everyone, not just yourself, but for everyone? Or is there a transformation that's taking place that's unplanned that you have nothing to do with? It's out of your hands. It's a transformation, just like an employee in a business. And when you, as the lead, make changes, then they really feel as if they have no say, right? The transformation just takes place, doesn't it? Unless you're the type of business owner who invites inclusiveness and you invite suggestions in the company. So right here where the transformation is taking place today, you're facing a problem solving, something that you're problem solving, that you're thinking about a transformation, or you're being more creative. How are you feeling about the creativity right now that you're implementing for that particular problem? And if it's a transformation that's unplanned, how creative will you be also in making changes, making it so that you now have a say in the transformation that will occur? How will you now step up, step forward, and be a part of that strategy? And last of all, the passion. When you have these setbacks, how passionate are you still for a business that you enjoy, a business that you love? I mean, there's some people that just get up in the morning, they get up well, I'm at 4 a.m. in the morning, but I love what I do. I love what I do. And so it doesn't feel like it's something that I have to, you know, roll out of bed and break a leg to do, but I love what I do. So, how many of you, I'd like to hear from you. Number one, how resilient are you today? Resilience, how you feel about the transformation that's taking place or creativity in your business right now. I'd love to hear from you. Talk to me. Let me know what it is how you feel about your resilience, the transformation, and the passion that you have in your business. Now most of us talk about Steve Jobs, right? And Steve is someone that all of us we think the world of. We all think the world of Steve Jobs because look at what happened. How could if Steve were here right now, if Steve were here with me, and I ask all the questions that I ask you, what do you think Steve's response would be? I'd like to hear from you in the comment too. Comment and tell me what you think Steve would say about resilience. You know what he faced? He was actually fired from a company that he helped to create. Resilience, transformation. And look what happened with Steve. He actually went out and created what? A brand new company. Prior to even coming back to Apple, he then did what? There was no way for him to do a transformation for Apple at that particular time because he had been fired. But he did have a passion and he pursued that passion. So what would he say to us today? What would Steve say? Steve told us before his death that we need to do what? He said, stay thirsty, stay hungry. Steve said, continue to pursue, continue to see whatever it is that you want. You got to see it. See what you want in place. Don't just sit and fret and hope and be squeamish about it, but see what you want and pursue it. And Steve, if you notice, he talked about even with his employees, he told them, when you seek to do things, look at an unorthodox process. Everything doesn't have to be conventional, does it? And Steve didn't do. That's not how he thought. His mindset was not like that. Steve actually took chances. Steve was a risk taker. Are you a risk taker? Are you a risk taker. And with success, everybody that we're going to talk about today, they were risk takers. Risk. Risk is the key. And any of you have been in, even if you're a startup and you're just starting your business, when you think about maybe a job that you had or even a personal situation that you faced, you know that you can either sit there and you can just let everybody else just strut all around you and tell you what to do, or you can take risk and you can decide. You take a chance and you can move forward in a totally different direction that no one else even thought about. That's what I'm doing in my business right now. Is that when you wake up, when you get up, like Eleanor Roosevelt said, she said, get up each day and think of something that scares you silly. What is it today that scares you? What scares you right now in your business? Something that you would love to see in place. A new opportunity, an innovative strategy or idea. Think about right now, what is it that you would love to see in your company? What would you embrace? What would your employees love to see that's not there? What would your customers really love to see you implement in place? That's how we have to think. Be resilient. Even when we have the crossroads that we're facing, resilience, stay resilient. Put the, grit is the key. Always implement grit and tenacity. Transformation, even if you are in a situation where you're the one who's making the transformation, or if you're being told that no, it's not your position to do it, or you're not able to do it, or it comes unexpected. A transformation can come unexpected. An unexpected transformation. Storms come, don't they? I help businesses to protect themselves from the unexpected. With planning in place, there are still storms that come that we did not expect. There's a knock at the door that you did not anticipate. So at that point, you still have to remain what? Adaptable. Let's learn to be more adaptable. Like Steve Jobs was, he was adaptable. And how many of you have either read or have actually heard about, or there's a movie out, Hacksaw Ridge. You remember Hacksaw Ridge, where this soldier was a medic, but he would not handle firearms. And he told the military that he was there only to save lives, not to kill anyone, but to save lives. And his troop gave him grief over it. He was beaten up, he was degraded, he was put on trial. You name it, it happened to him. So finally, the executive said, look, we're going to let you go out unarmed, without any weapons at all. We're going to let you go out because you are so determined to do this your way. And so they allowed him to do it. And if you ever have read the story, if you've seen the movie, you know that this man saved all by himself anywhere between 50 to 75 lives. 50 to 75 lives. One, resilience. His grit, the tenacity that he had in place. He didn't waver. He did not let anyone take that away from him. Just as you're in business, you should be the same way. Don't let anyone do that to you. You decide. You stay bold. He was bold. And then second, the transformation that occurred with him, there were a lot of, he didn't just save his own countrymen. He saved those that they were fighting against. And they were just shocked at him, how he didn't just, life was life to him. He told them, I'm here to do what? Save lives. And that's what he did. He saved. And then the transformation that he had to face, not carrying a weapon, it was a battle. It was truly a battle for him during the transformation stage of it, but he never faltered. He never stepped back from what he believed should be his mission, and neither should you. Don't fall back. because even when the times when you can't, you're not in a position, you're not in a position to make the transformation. Be adaptable, stay patient, create, create a strategy anyway. Create a strategy that you look forward to eventually putting in place. See yourself. You have to see, you have to believe that you are going to be successful. You have to see it. See it, believe it. In this gentleman, and the last thing, the freedom, the passion that he felt at the end, you know what? He actually led his troops back up the ridge, Hacksaw Ridge, to battle against the adversary. He actually led. They were waiting for him. They waited on because he had injuries and everything, but they waited and they believed in him. They believed after saving 50 to 75 individuals alone, he did it by actually tying a rope around each one of them and dropping them individually down a ridge, down to where his other fellow officers could then take them to the hospital. They could not understand how he did that all by himself, but he was passionate. He was passionate. I saw a video recently, one that brought tears to my eyes. And there was a young man who stood at a talent show. He was standing at a talent show. You know, at a talent show, you sing, you dance, you may, do comedy, it's a variety of things. But you know what he did? At the talent show, he stood there and he spoke about the resilience. He spoke of the bravery. He spoke about his mother. His mother had just gotten out of prison. She'd been imprisoned for 1 year. She was sent to prison for drugs. There were drugs that had been stolen. She was a nurse, and there were drugs that were stolen from the clinic where she worked. And it was actually the doctor who stole the drugs. Do you know? She did not fight against him. She was quiet. And you know why she was quiet? Compassion. His wife was pregnant, and I believe she was having some complications, and she did not want to be responsible for her death. So she was quiet. And the doctor somehow, some way made it look like she was the thief. So there she was in prison for 1 year. And it didn't say what happened to her son during this period of time, because when he's up on stage at the talent show, he's about 13 years old. But he's telling the story about his mom because he'd been called names. He was called the son of of a prisoner. All sorts of names. The teachers sort of they stood back from him. They only dealt with him to a certain point. The neighborhood, the community, no one supported him. No one ever thought to even ask about his mom and did she really even commit the crime. They just believe she did it. When she was released, the whole community discovered that she did not commit the crime. She was not the one. It was the doctor. But this young man got on stage and talked about how brave his mother was, her resilience, her boldness, her braveness. When she had out, the transformation that took place, she went and she got 2 jobs so that she could continue to take care of her son, to raise him, to make him the kind of adult. She wanted him to be a true man, someone that didn't stand around and would also be empathetic. Even when people are against you, she taught him empathy. Compassion is a key that we all need to have. And she did have those qualities. And also then at the end, how did discomfort empower her? First of all, I'll talk about him, but her is that she's now free. Her passion was raising a son that had honesty, a son with dignity, a son that didn't give up. He saw what she faced. He saw, she said she walked out of the prison straight, erect, bold, confident, because she did not commit the crime. And she knew she didn't commit the crime. But she was so fortunate and happy now to be going where? Home to her son. Her passion was to raise her son, and she received the opportunity to do it, to raise her child. What did her son receive from this? How did discomfort empower her son? The resilience that he faced while she was imprisoned. He stayed in contact with her. She inspired him. He inspired her all the while she was imprisoned. They inspired one another. Resilience, grit, boldness, tenacity was there between the two of them. The transformation that occurred while she was imprisoned, he was 13 and he was more man than most of the men in the community. I don't know what happened on the father's end of it, but he only had his mom to rely upon. And I don't know who he relied upon while she was in prison, but I'm saying to you that he never ever gave up on her. He went through a transformation from a child, the child that he was when she went into prison, and the man that he stood to become when his mom came out at age 13. And the passion that he had, which was to be able to wrap his arms around his mom, to be able to see her, to love her, to support her, to be there for her, let her know it's my turn now. I'm here for you. And so the two of them, there are multiple ways that this conference can empower your journey. And right now, think about resilience again. How does resilience empower you? How bold are you today? What is it that you're looking to accomplish that you haven't started on yet? Get started. What is it that you're working on right now that you have to make what? Transformation, to reinvention, become more innovative, create. If there's something in place that's causing you to be unable to transform right now, continue to continue the journey, continue to create what you want to see in place. Continue, have an adaptable mindset, and even if you can't do it today, as Maya Angelou said, if it's something that you don't like, she said change it. But if you can't change it, change your attitude. And I'm saying to you today, change your attitude. If today, the transformation you'd like to see in place, the reinvention, the innovative process that you would love to see manifest, and it can't right now, hold on tight, see it happening, and eventually you will discover a way. You will discover a way to make it happen. You will. And last, that passion. Have a passion for what you do. Think about, right. Let me tell you this, because I saw this actually in a movie once. On two sides. On one side, write down what you love about the business journey. What is it that just you're so passionate about that drives you each day to get out of bed, to accomplish your goals, to meet deadlines, to do everything that you can do also for customers, to build relationships. What is it that you love about your business that keeps you purposeful? Write it down on one side of your page. I want you to write down. And today I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what I'm asking you to do. Write it down. Write down. And then I want you to flip it over and write down what you dislike. What do you dislike? What is it that you dislike about the business today? What is it? What is it that you dislike that you have to also learn to be resilient about? There still needs to be a drive there in place that keeps you focused and purposeful, even with the times when when you're facing this particular area that you just don't care for. Stay resilient. Continue to be resilient. And if there's a way also that later you can make a transformation, maybe reinvent a new way, so that you can maybe become more passionate about whatever it is that you dislike today. Don't give up. If it's a person, if it's a business opportunity right now that you got in place, there's something that's there that you really would love to see changed. Right now, you can't change it. What did I said? Change. That's right. Change your attitude. Maya Angelou said, change your attitude, but don't give up your passion. Your passion is what's going to keep you sailing across. I'm serious about across the blue sea. And that's what I tell my clientele is that stay passionate. I ask them about what they enjoy about the business. I want to know what they come to me about a problem, right? Something that they're facing, something that they'd like to see a change made, something they'd like to be transformed. A passion, though. Look at what you're passionate about. Take your passion, look at the attributes that it consists of. Take some of those and add them to those areas that you'd like to see transformed. The ones that you're waiting on, maybe even if you were to show this, if it's a group or someone that you're working with, it's a partnership within the business, and you just can't make the change right now. Look at what look at something that they enjoy and take something that you like, create, implement, and see how you can make some type of a reinvention, an innovative process that can occur that pleases not only yourself, but others. It's like if you're looking to write a book, 'cause I'm writing a book right now, and I realize in my book, I'm looking to share with you what I faced when looking to protect the business. In my profession, I'm not doing something that I've never seen before. I'm doing something I experienced. I experienced this personally in a family business. So what I'm saying is that take something that you've experienced and take it now and move forward and help someone else to achieve. Share your setbacks. Share and show them how resilient you are. Tell me how resilient you are. I would love to hear from you. How does resilience rate in your business right now? Share. There could be someone who really needs to hear from you today. And those of you again who are writing books, share your resilience, share your setback, and share the passion that you have in your book about making a difference, not only on your journey, but also making a difference in their lives. Share. And I'd like for you again, share with me. We're almost out of time right now, but share with me. And I would love to hear from you and how your journey has made a difference. Okay. So thank you so much for being here with me today. And look forward to seeing you again next week on Discomfort Empowers You. And that's on Tuesday. But I spoke about it today because we will be talking about ways that you can do what? Protect your business. Protect your business again with resilience. Protect your business with creativity and transformation. Protect your business with passion. Thank you again today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.